Alright peeps, Q here, Saturday at the Saturday Morning Garage. And what I'm going to show you today is how to use a tool that's called a shrinking disc. And using a shrinking disc, you can pretty much pull out a dent and do your repair with very, very minimal body filler. And if you really want to spend the time, you can almost get this perfect enough that you could practically fill it with a high build primer. Now in a previous video I showed you, it was called Dent Repair 101, how I used the stud welder to pull this crease out. And one of the other things you always want to do when you're doing any type of section or a replacement is you always want to repair this stuff first before you start cutting off your panels. And it's a major mistake that guys make where they just go to town, they don't take any measurements, they don't take any contours, and start cutting stuff off. Never ever do that. Always have your measurements, take contours, whatever you got to do to make sure that the new part goes on properly. So anyway, as I showed you in that Dent Repair 101 video, using a stud welder, I pulled this metal out. There was a deep crease here. And I actually over pulled it a little bit. And this is a shrinking disc. And the way that this works is you find your high spots, okay, you over pull, you bump out the metal a little bit, and you run this over it, it heats it up, and then you shoot water on it, and it pulls it back. Now you may have to do this a couple of times to actually get this really nice. Now I did this section over here already, and this is just about perfect. So I'm going to show you how this tool works. It's really nice when you have two people, so one guy can spray the water. But I just did this little spot here, and this is really, really coming out good. I'm going to do this one right here. I mean, it's probably kind of hard to see in the video, but we'll hit this little nub right here. Nice. And so I'm going to work my way using this tool down this line, and then if I got to come back in, bump it up a little bit, do this again. It's a process that you go through. Pretty time consuming. This is really, really a top-notch secret. And you know, back in the day, and a lot of guys still do it, they use a torch to actually do this. And using a torch is not the best method because you can never concentrate the heat in such a small area, and it usually ends up being a big thing. It sucks the metal in too much. Just kind of really, you know, it works, but it's not really the best method. So anyway, guys, go check out the Dent Repair 101. You can see how I pulled this out. Get yourself a shrinking disc, and you could do some really, really top-notch metal work using this tool. Alright peeps, have a good day, and there you go.